We're going to be making pie crust today. We're making some for the fruit pies and we're making some for turkey pot pie. First thing you're going to need is 2.5 cups of flour into your food processor. We need 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. Okay, and then we have 2 sticks of butter here that we've used a butter cutter to cut into small pieces. If you don't have one of these, you could freeze this and then use a cheese grater. I've never done it that way because I have got this handy dandy little thing. It's so old that it's rusted. So cute, right? All right. So anyways, you're going to put all these slices of very cold butter. I just got them out of the fridge. I cut them and then put them back in the fridge to stay nice and cold. Might be better if you break those apart before you stick them in there, though. There we go. Like broken apart butter. Okay, and then we're going to pulse this a few times. There we go. Oh, perfect. Okay, shake it all down. And now we're going to slowly add 1/2 cup of regular cold water. This does not want ice water in there because then the ice will puddle up and leave little dollops of ice-sized crystals all over. Oh, shoot. Spilling it. You just want to slowly add this water without spilling it. Okay, you want this just until it kind of forms into a ball, which we have all of it right up here. That's not working out. Just there we go. Just until it starts sticking together. You don't want to overdo it. There we go. Okay, see how all the dry stuff is all combined? That's where you stop. Now we're going to take this out of here. We're going to wrap it up in some saran wrap, or you can put this into a quart-sized bag and stick it in the refrigerator overnight. It'll be ready to go by tomorrow. After you've let these come to room temperature, I've left mine out for 2 hours and they're still slightly cold. You just want to press and get all the wrinkles off that one surface. And then that's going to start our bottom. And do the same thing on the top here. We're going to need a tiny little air escape. Not much, just open one little corner of the bag here. Just enough to let some of this trapped air out. And you're just going to start rolling carefully from the center out, then from the side, from the center out, and then from the corner toward the corner, and repeat until this pie crust is a giant square. Okay, so now that we've got this all edge to edge like this, we're going to use a pair of scissors to cut this open. Don't drop that, baby. It's really heavy. Okay, so we're just going to use a pair of kitchen shears. Or kitchen... Scissors. No, I'm not trying to say scissors. I'm trying to say shears. Yeah, that's how you get hurt, girl. Yep, kitchen shears. And we're just going to cut open the sides as best we can without, you don't want to scrape the pie crust as much as possible here. If you got an expandable bag like I do, you just turn your corners inside out so that they're not going to bind up on your crust. Okay, now you're going to grab it right here by the Ziploc and you're going to flip it over. As this gets warmed up, it starts to become really pliable. Just kind of go across it like so. This time here, we're mostly starting at the Ziploc side because we got a little extra. Oh, you're welcome, dear. I'm going to get this really super flat. It might help if I block the wheels on my island. My name's Grandma. What do you think? Yes. Oh my, oh my. Now we're just going to carefully pick this up and do the same thing. Nice and slow and flip. Just make sure you got all your wrinkles out so it looks all pretty. And you don't want to try to go too much over that edge right there, because your dough might start sticking to your rolling pin. Always make sure you're going outward. Oh, how pretty, how pretty. Okay, now there's a cheating method where you can use your rolling pin to roll this up, but since we're already using the bag, that's not really necessary. Okay, so now you're going to grab the pie tin of your choice. We're just going to lift this top piece off nice and slow and then pull it back like you're ripping a Band-Aid off. There we go. Now, tuck this up underneath the Ziploc before you go to pick it up. Pick it up by the Ziploc. Nice and slow. It's stuck to the board a little bit. And there you go. Now, you remove the plastic and you shape your pie crust. One pie down. Super simple, right? You want to try to center it as best you can before you start tucking. And then just pull it, kind of let the weight of the pie crust tell you where it's going to go. And then you don't have to finger your edges here. Just like that. Okay, now with the same kitchen scissors, I cannot say scissors at all today. I keep meaning to say shears, but it's coming out scissors. You want to use your kitchen scissors and cut to the outside edge of your dough. Just like this. And you can save those side pieces there for making the lattice work across the top of your cherry pie if you'd like. But my family prefers a crumble for the top of our cherry pie. Maybe we'll do an apple. Oh, I got peaches. I never had a peach pie though. All right, and then you pull this up like this. And you just want to kind of work it all along so that that top edge is doubled. Just like this. And sticking up. And then we'll go back through and give it some pretty design. There we go. So thicker crust on the top right here helps prevent it from burning when it's in the oven. Yeah, you can play with this part, okay? Okay, so I just like to use a spoon set. This way they're both shaped the same. One small spoon, one large spoon. Okay, Michaela, stop moving it for a second. Then you go around the edge, just carefully, pressing it back down into place, like this. Nice and easy. Give that one another press so it's going right over to the rim. And you don't want to press down too hard or you'll cut right through and then you'll just have chunks of pie crust that come out. Just try to keep your spoon parallel so all your little pretty ruffles. Oops. I gotta go back over to that one here in a second too. Went down a little too far, but that's okay because our pie filling should come all the way up to here. Let me just kind of push this into place before we go around the edge. Just push that right back down so I'm not having to press so hard. There we go. And just make these nice, pretty rings. Ta-da! With your big spoon.
Look, I made a hippos.
A hippos?
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Just making sure not to press hard enough to cut all the way through. It's just enough to give it a little impression. Just like that, and redo a couple of these if they don't look real great where you started. Oh, you're welcome. There we go. And just kind of press it all into place right up against that rim. Looks like a store-bought crust already. Oh, now it's my turn to use the little spoon.
Okay.
Here's another piece of dough.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, now you're going to take the smaller spoon and you're just going to make a tiny little, what would you call this? It's not really a bead. Just a tiny little indent right in the center of each one of these spoons.
I'm making yummy pizza.
Oh, nice. Hold it still.
Yummy pizza.
You're making it move around a little bit on me. And if you mess these up, you can just start over again. It's no big deal. Just use your big spoon to flatten it back out. And then use your small spoon to go back into the center. Okay, now we're going to put this one in the freezer until we're ready to cook pies in a few days. Okay, and repeat with the next 3. Crust first, of course. All right, see you guys next time.